time to bring the action.
He takes a peek to the inside, tries to get a run down into turn number 1. They bang wheels, and Alexander Rossi spins Robert Wickens into turn number 1. Wickens sees the field pass by as Rossi continues on, Jake Query.
And it is Sebastian Bourdais that is going to hold on to the lead. It's Bourdais, then behind him Ray Hall, then Rossi. Hinchcliffe now trying to close in on Alexander Rossi, can't do it. But Sebastian Bourdais was the big winner in that entire scenario, working his way now around Pioneer Park.
And Anders, it looks like he is going to go back-to-back on the streets of St. Petersburg.
Just absolutely crazy. And it just shows you he takes every opportunity given to him. And we talked about it before the restart, that the race isn't over until the checkered flag falls. And looking at Robbie Wickens and the body language, he is just absolutely gutted. But Sebastian Bourdais, fair play to Dale Coyne Racing with Vassar Sullivan Racing, new group coming together this year.
And how cool is that?
Robert Wickens in his first oval race, racing for the win up against the reigning series champion.
That is a terrific first lap for Robert Wickens on used tires with pickup.
Another big run.
Here comes Joseph.
Big risk for Newgarden to stay up high like that.
Is now checked out. He's got a 2-second lead.
With a late race restart, fresh tires, Joseph Newgarden wins in Phoenix for the first time in his career. Robert Wickens at his first oval race gets on the podium, and so too does Alexander Rossi.
Race car drivers always get from people that aren't into racing. What happens? You have to go to the bathroom and you bragged, I have never done it in the seat or the suit. What's going on today?
Well, let me tell you something, Kev. I always maintained that I knew at some point in my career it would happen. And there's a great story from Toronto in 2014 when poor Carlos Munoz was sitting in the car begging to be let out. We were under red flag conditions, same kind of deal. And he finally said, guys, I'm sorry, I can't hold it. And they said, you can't get out. He pees in the seat. Not 30 seconds later, race control comes over the radio and says, all right, driver's out, we're done. Well, I was sitting there during that first red, and I was begging to get just 3 minutes. It's all you need. 3 minutes, wheel off to wheel on. And when we got going again, my legs were shaking. I had to go so bad. I'm like, I can't drive a race car like this. So under caution, it took me a full lap. It was one of the least comfortable experiences of my entire life. But I can officially say I've joined the likes of Will Power and Dario Franchitti and other greats that have peed themselves in their suits. So you're talking to a man that just wet himself.
White flag is in the hand of Paul Blevins, and greets Will Power as he crosses the start-finish line and heads to turn 1.
Will Power arcs it into turn number 1 from Toowoomba, Australia. Arguably the greatest driver of his era without an Indy 500 win. Jake Query, he is half a lap away. Will Power down the backstretch.
He has 33 career victories. The word has always been that the 3.2 million bricks here reach out and they select their winner each year. Could it be that they reached into Australia in the form of Will Power? Chris Denary helped bring it home.
His 11th 500 will be the best one. For the final time out of turn 4, it's Will Power.
Will Power's going to win the 102nd running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. How about the celebration in the pit box of Will Power?
Oh, it is pandemonium. I know that's a cliche, but this is quite a scene. John Buslaw, the entire group, their pit stops were superb, and they got it done here in the greatest race of the season, the Indianapolis 500. Liz Power is in tears.
What a moment for Will Power. What a moment for Will Power and his family as he comes up with a victory in his 11th start. A dramatic day, a dramatic finish for Will Power.
Back live at Detroit, and the race has stopped before it even really got started. The pace car spun and hit the wall, exiting the pit lane off of that hump that comes off onto the racetrack. Just bizarre.
It's like he wasn't expecting to see the two-seater there.
I have to say, I can't recall seeing this in all my years doing this. I've seen the pace car stolen once,
yes,
years ago. But For now, everybody stopped, and we're obviously going to be a minute while this gets cleaned up.
And now, with his strategist to win this in this such a dramatic way, how about that? Alexander Rossi.
Great job.
Victorious at Mid-Ohio.
What a race. Action all the way through the field. Let the donuts begin, Katie. Oh, he got it stuck. No. He got it stuck.
That's maybe one thing he hasn't mastered yet. That could be Rossi's first donut attempt.
Unfortunately,
sorry, boys.
The car is high-centered.
That was terrible.
That was.
There, as Alexander Rossi has been able to get rescued, get help from the AMR safety team, refire the Napa machine, and get going. IndyCar racing is back in the Pacific Northwest. That was a great start, Alexander Rossi. He's already up to second. Here comes Hunter Ray in the yellow car. So the Andretti boys are trying to get through. Will everybody get through is the question to be answered.
What a jump by Power. Pagano having trouble in the back. Guys are bailing through the chicane. Where will they come out?
Oh, no!
Dixon.
That's
no good.
Dixon's in the middle of that.
Car upside down. Andretti, I think.
Scott Dixon is in the middle of that mess. No, it's not. It's Ed Jones. No, Dixon is. He's off to the side. Oh, no.
That car that came, I think, filing out of the chicane where he took the bail off caused that a stack up on everybody. We'll get an overhead view of that again, and a good view, but I think the cars that took the bailout, Townsend, just came out into traffic and just caused a melee.
I think that's Marco Andretti who's upside down.
It is. Dixon kept his car running. He's now got it in reverse, trying to get it going as they try to turn over Marco Andretti to get him out.
He might come back and finish top 5.
Scott Dixon was extremely fortunate on the opening lap to not suffer any damage to his car in that huge crash. About a little further back, 11th and 12th, and the way the points run now, this man we ride with has regained the top spot. Scott Dixon, series leader, and is keeping himself in with a shot of a 5th championship.
So Dixon in podium position, and as they run right now, would come out of here with a 40-point championship lead.
Heading to Sonoma, the season finale. An incredible storybook day for this man here, Scott Dixon. Recently turned 38 and one of the most successful IndyCar drivers in the history of the sport. Perhaps shadowing everything is Scott Dixon in 5th and will leave with the championship lead. There is Dixon, involved in the lap 1 crash and comes away with a top 5 as he congratulates Sato. Scott Dixon is on the verge of something truly special and significant. This real family man, father of 2 girls, is in his 304th race today. But something that hasn't been done in 51 years since AJ Foyt did it, Scott Dixon is about to become a 5-time champion. Credit where credit's due. Ryan Hunter-Reay wins the Grand Prix of Sonoma, but we witness something that hasn't been done in more than half a century. Scott Dixon is a 5-time IndyCar champion. And that is something that is not lost on Chip Ganassi Racing, his crew, his team, and he was pushed all the way by an Indianapolis 500 winner and a talented young American in Alexander Rossi. Great fight, couldn't quite do it in the end. Wow, this is a family. This is Scott's 18th year of racing in open wheel racing in North America at this level. And he joins AJ Foyt as the only 5-time champions.
You call him the Iceman, and you will not meet a driver who is as cool on and off the track as Scott Dixon.
I can't thank enough everybody, the team, my teammates, everybody involved. This doesn't come, without a lot of hard work. Man, this is so awesome. I can't believe it. I can't believe this actually happened. I can't thank everybody enough for this. It's so cool.